The CIA is more than a spy agency, it's a brand. Carefully managed, obsessively polished, and increasingly cinematic. No leaks, no off-message moments, no rogue agents whispering to the press. But what does it take to transform a covert bureaucracy into a PR-savvy Hollywood player? One so polished, it does not just control narratives, it helps write them. CIA as secret liaison in Tinseltown. Back in the mid-1990s, the CIA quietly opened a backdoor to Hollywood, launching an entertainment liaison program aimed at shaping how Americans saw their most secretive agency. But after 9/11, that backdoor became a red carpet. Suddenly, Langley was rolling out the welcome mat for TV. Producers hosting behind-the-scenes tours, offering off-the-record plot briefings, and even letting shows like Alias 24 and the agency film on site CIA-approved scripts and all. The agency was not just consulting. It was co-producing the national security narrative, whispering story arcs straight into writers' rooms. But the real jaw-dropper came with Zero Dark 30, the Oscar-nominated thriller that chronicled the hunt for bin Laden. The CIA fed the filmmakers exclusive intel, shaping scenes and even suggesting how torture worked, a chilling PR play cloaked in cinematic tension. Critics cried propaganda, but by then the spell was cast. The CIA had infiltrated not just Hollywood, but the American imagination, and most viewers didn't even notice. The line between truth and fiction blurred like a lens flare on a classified file. Turns out, the CIA did not need to spy on Hollywood, they just pitched them a blockbuster. Zero Dark 30 and Argo. In 2012, Zero Dark 30 and Argo stormed theaters, and somewhere deep in Langley, the CIA was grinning like a director at a premiere. These were not just thrillers, they were sleek, suspense-filled tributes to the agency, casting operatives as unstoppable patriots who outsmart the odds and save the day. According to one analysis, the films marked the CIA's greatest achievement in rebranding its image, swapping waterboarding scandals for hero shots and night vision raids. Behind the curtain, the CIA granted filmmakers rare access to classified details, covered facilities, and even ran pre-screenings for intelligence committees. But the shine cracked when Senator Dianne Feinstein stormed out of a viewing of Zero Dark 30, slamming it as grossly inaccurate, a glossy whitewash of enhanced interrogation. Still, the damage or the polish was done. Argo turned a declassified house-stage rescue into a caper worthy of Bond, with the CIA at the swave center. The question lingered like smoke after a real change. Was Hollywood duped, dazzled, or downright complicit? And just wait until you hear how the CIA did not just influence scripts, they helped write them. The CIA as content producer. Long before 9/11, the CIA was already dabbling in Hollywood, quietly pitching storylines, offering script vetting, even loaning props, all to shake their on-screen persona. Think of it as espionage meets PR. They were not just spying, they were storyboarding. After 9/11, this covert content production ramped up, with the CIA suggesting entire plot arcs for shows like Homeland, and even recommending exotic backdrops like North Africa to spice up the narrative. The underlying pitch? Make us look like freedom's last line of defense. And Hollywood played along. So the next time you see a square-jawed CIA agent defusing bombs, dodging bullets, and protecting democracy in HED, remember, it's not just fiction, it's branding. But behind the heroic edits and flag-waving finals, what truths get cut from the reel? Who writes the lines when the agency writing the scripts also controls the secrets? That's not just entertainment, it's influence, wrapped in a thriller. The dirty secret. Here's the dirty secret Hollywood helped keep under wraps. Zero Dark 30 did not just dramatize the hunt for bin Laden, it spun a slick myth that torture led to the big break. But that's fiction, not fact. Former FBI agent Ali Soufand declassified his memoir, revealing that enhanced interrogation produced nothing of value, zilch. Meanwhile, Senate investigations and CIA internal reviews cried foul, but their warnings were drowned out by Oscar buzz and red carpets. Even heavyweights like John McCain and Dianne Feinstein slammed the film for reviving a discredited narrative. But the damage was done. The heroic CIA, a fantasy, had already taken root, burnished by moody lighting and a driving score. Torture was reframed as a reluctant necessity, not a moral failure. Hollywood had become the agency's most glamorous co-conspirator. But it didn't stop there. Next up, how the Pentagon jumped on the same stage, trading script notes for access, and helped build the ultimate crossover event, America's military entertainment complex. It's got more explosions, fewer truths. The military entertainment complex. It was not just the CIA crafting the narrative. The Pentagon had its own director's chair, quietly shaping over 2,500 films and TV shows by scrubbing out anything that did not match the star-spangled script. Think Top Gun, not just a blockbuster, but a recruiting campaign with jets and swagger. Cinemas even had sign-up booths, and enlistment spiked nearly 8%. That's not marketing, that's militarized movie magic. Post 9/11, Hollywood executives cozying up to Karl Rove, promising to back the war on terror with silver screen support. And suddenly our screens were flooded with patriotic thrillers, hero generals, and just-in-time missile strikes. The result? A cinematic love letter to war, sanitized and serialized. But all that gloss comes at a cost, because when dramatized propaganda replaces raw truth, the fallout does not just stay on screen. It seeps into culture, policy, and memory, rewriting the past before we've even processed it. Fallout. Truth versus entertainment. When Hollywood shares a pillow with the national security state, truth wakes up on the floor. Bin-laden raids get the cinematic Instagram filter, sweat glistens, ethics evaporate. Torture critics are shushed like noisy moviegoers, while the waterboarding montage wins best sound editing. Civil liberties violations turn into blink, and you miss them Easter eggs, hidden behind soaring violence. Meanwhile, Jack Bauer's 24-hour panic attack turned warrantless surveillance into primetime comfort food. Audiences learned that the only difference between spying and heroism is a split-screen countdown clock. Then came theaters of war in 2022, dropping dramatic smoking gun evidence, like a mic at Comic-Con. The doc revealed Pentagon script notes so detailed they might as well have written the punchlines. Suddenly, the silver screen looked less like art and more like a classified PowerPoint with better lighting. This feedback loop births a carnival of covered ops cosplay, where context is sacrificed on the altar of cool. We cheer drone strikes between popcorn bites, never asked to meet the people under the crosshairs. Myth-making becomes muscle memory. The more spectacular the explosion, the easier the moral gymnastics. And in that cinematic funhouse, the line between documentary and recruitment ad blurs like shaky cam. So buckle up, because next we'll crack open what this spectacle means for you, for storytellers, and for the future reels still unspooling. Conclusion. Hollywood and Langley did not just shake hands, they choreographed a tango across the silver screen, each twirl timed to a patriotic boom. After 9/11, the dance floor widened, blockbusters doubling as star-spangled infomercials with no disclaimer required. Top brass traded script notes for stealth bombers, ensuring every explosion came perfumed with heroism. The message landed smoother than a Tom Cruise carrier touchdown. The CIA is your bulletproof guardian angel. Yet behind the lens lurked redacted pages, muzzled whistleblowers, and civil liberties shaved like rough footage. Real detainees met water, boards, and oblivion, while fictional agents quipped over lats and night vision lenses. Popcorn flew, audiences cheered, and myths settled in like surround sound, comforting, immersive, selective. So when the next spy epic cranks up the swelling strings, pause and ask who's holding the remote, and what scenes never made the cut. Because the credits may roll, but the narrative machine keeps humming, scripting tomorrow's reality one blockbuster at a time. If this intel blew your cover, smash that like button and share it with your fellow agents in training. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so HQ can slip fresh declassified videos straight into your feed. Stay sharp, stay curious, and remember, the real plot twist happens when you keep watching.